computer. There you go. And then let me share my screen. So you guys have to tell me if you are able to see my screen. Yep, there you go. Okay. Boom. Nice. I love this. Yeah. So hey. What's up? So John here, and I'm in my kitchen, as you can see. I find that I do my best work near the refrigerator and my coffee. So anyway, you're not here to learn about my kitchen and my coffee drinking skills. We're here to learn, how you can also have a seven-figure freelancing business just by following the seven phases that I'm going to show you today. And I'm actually excited that um, that I'm going to be able to share with you this one after a month, like really after a month. Okay, so guys, what do you guys see on your screen now, pala? Can you guys let me know what you guys see on your screen before we start a keynote? Right? Do you guys see my face? Okay. Hmm. All right. Well, let me remove my face kasi nakaano yan, How do I freaking remove the face? Hmm. You need to turn off the video, right? There you go. There. It's fine. Well, kasi maliit yung maliit yung, I mean, may nakasulpot na madidistract kayo sa mukha ko. Diba? Ayan. Yeah. So now, before we start, just a quick few housekeeping things there. So let me just arrange this here. It's firing on. And so the webinar is filled with over, I don't know, we have over 100, I mean 90 people, I think. So if you got yourself reserved, hold on to it. If you find yourself having problems with the connection, just disconnect and click on the webinar link again to refresh. Now, after every phase, we have 7 phases, diba? So after every phase, I'll answer 1 or 2 questions from you. And if for some reason I missed your question, make sure to ask it again at the end, because yes, there will be a 15-minute Q&A at the end of the webinar. So I'll also advise you to limit distractions, like turn off the TV, my face, turn off your cell phone. Of course, if you're watching this on your cell phone, don't turn it off. Putang na loob. Yung asawa mo nangungulit sa'yo, i-off mo muna if they're bothering you. Okay, so because basically I want you to focus on your next hour and a half pala, on this, because I can't and won't be able to to guarantee a replay for reasons I cannot. I'll disclose later on. But anyway, also keep an open mind, because I know most of our listening here in this webinar are getting clients from Upwork or other third-party freelancing sites. So most of the things I'm gonna tell you inside this webinar will seem, it would seem counterintuitive, but trust me, what I'm gonna show you here, it freaking works. Okay. So with that said, let me introduce myself a bit. My name is John. I think you guys already know that. And thanks so much for hopping in with me to this webinar. Now, I've been doing freelancing for 3 years by writing emails. That's what I do for a living. And I try to convert their prospects into customers. That's what I do. I grew up in Bicol. I went to Manila when I was 15 to study college, which unfortunately I didn't get to finish. Ayun lang. Now, I'm doing good on the freelancing side of things, decent enough to make a living. In fact, here's a screenshot of my earnings last January 2016. This is not 2017. This is 2016, like a year ago. So there. Can you guys see it? Let me guys know with a yes. That's just so I know if you guys are seeing yung palit ng ano, yung palit ng ayan, yeah, there you go. Right. Now, I actually wanted to show you as far as 2015. Um, but back then, I'm not yet using FreshBooks. So I hope last year's proof of earnings will do. And I'm showing you this, you know, to impress upon you that this is not something that I learned last month. Right? This is something that I've been doing for for years. So what I'm going to show you is something that I've been doing for over 2 years now. Because the first year that I've done freelancing, hindi siya I'm not sure what, siguro mga ano lang, wala pa sa kaligtingan, mga ganun. Anyway, Star, if you can't see it, close, close the meeting, tapos login ka na lang ulit. Anyway, going back, since that time, I built up a healthy 7-figure monthly income just from writing 4 emails a day. And that's what I wanted for you guys, right? Be able to work less while earning more. And this one was a year back. So just imagine the improvement that I had like after a year, right? So it what I showed you just now, it busts the two biggest myths in freelancing. And the first myth is that you have to work hard and hustle to learn good money in freelance. And number two is that you have to have tons of experience to be paid in premium fees. And for me, pardon my language, but that's just bullshit. And and I'm curious about this. That's just bullshit. And if you believe that crap, please log off this webinar. And I'm serious about this. I don't want you to spend the next hour and a half trying to convince you to change your mind, right? And if you're someone who believes it can't be done, right? Trust me, I'm saying this as lovingly as I can. Do us both a favor, hop off this webinar. Because I'm serious. I don't want to spend the next hour and a half trying to convince you that it can't happen, that it can't happen for you. Now, what I want, what I want is those who believe that you don't have to work 80 hours a week and have a gazillion, portfolios in order to be a successful freelancer. So, if you guys are still here, are you guys still here? If you guys are still here, okay, congratulations, right? Congratulations. Now, the one thing that that surprises most freelancers is that 100% of my revenue comes from direct clients. In fact, whenever someone asks me how to create a cover letter or how to write a kick-ass application for Upwork, I get dito ko lang siya masagot because I have like zero experience on the site. And when I say apply to Upwork, the usual process, the old process. Create create a profile. Says for opportunities, apply, be interviewed, get hired, finish the work, and only then will you get paid. And when you get paid, it's not 100%. You get paid. Upwork is taking a huge cut. It's 20%, parang 5-6. Ganun siya kalaki. Now, let it be known that I got nothing. Okay, just to be clear, I got nothing against Upwork. In fact, I love it. It gives people a chance to get the work they want at the comfort of their own home. So I have nothing against Upwork. Okay, just to be clear. What I don't like about Upwork is that it's not newbie friendly. Tama ba ako? Is it newbie friendly, Upwork? Can you guys? Oh, there. No, it's not newbie friendly. Now, and the people in Upwork are, ito pa yung masaklap dun. And the people in Upwork, the clients that are usually often, more often than not, they are price oriented, right? They tend to be cheap. And there's always that someone, a freelancer that's willing to bid lower than you. It could be from India, it could be from anywhere else, but there is always someone that's willing to bid lower than you. And there are only a handful of people who are an exception to this. That's why I don't really, advocate using Upwork. But what if Instead of creating a profile and searching for employers are the one looking and asking for you, right? What if instead of applying, you're the one doing the qualifying if you want to work with them or not? Instead of being interviewed, you're the one being interviewed. I mean, you're the one doing the interview. So what if instead getting hired, you're the one doing hiring, right? What if instead of getting paid after you do the work, you get paid before you even do a single thing? Now, let me know who would like that to have that kind of freelancing business. Sarap na ganun. Yun, me. There you go. Nice. Guys, guys, can you keep this up? I really love seeing your comments. It makes me, lets me know that you guys are listening, right? Yun. Yun. Nice. So great. So let me share with you first the 30,000-foot view of what my freelance business looks like. Then there. That's what my freelance business looks like. It's really freaking simple. Client inquires about my service. I get them on a call. I send a proposal, and then I get paid. Yeah, it's that simple. The other one was my is my freelance business. How can maximize the slide? I'm not sure how to maximize the slide, but let me, the first one is client inquires. Client inquires about your service. I get them on a call, then a proposal, and then I get paid. It's simple, just 4 steps. So before we move on and closer to my freelance model, right, we're gonna zoom in. Okay, we're gonna zoom in to my freelance model. Okay, so let's first define a freelancer to a home-based worker, right? Medyo touchy na ano to, na issue to sa mga tao. LJ, can you hit the play button to maximize the slide? I'm not sure. Sige, tingnan natin if I can like do that. There. Is that better? Yeah. Great. Okay. So before we move in closer to my freelance model, so let's first define a freelancer to a home-based worker. Now, I'm trying to be careful here because I know that this is a one touchy subject for most home-based workers and freelancers as well. Okay. So, what's the difference between a freelancer to a home-based worker? Now, some people would say, what's the need for labels, right? Do we really need to put a label on what we do, right? If you're working from home, do you need to be labeled as a freelancer or a home-based worker? It's the same. Well, no, it's not. Okay, just to be honest, no, it's not, because the strategies and the reason I'd like you to know if you're a freelancer or a home-based worker is that because the strategies I'm going to outline here will only work for a freelancer. That's the thing. Okay? And if you're a home-based employee, you first need to accept the fact that you are before you can make any shift or changes, right? Because always the first step is acceptance. Yun eh. So again, what's a freelancer? Now, obviously, both could work at home or anywhere else they choose. Both could work with multiple clients at a time. Both can also be tied up at a set time. Hindi lang home-based worker ang may oras. Minsan freelancer meron din. But the main difference between a freelancer from a home-based worker is that a freelancer is, how should I say this? A freelancer is self-employed. That's it. A freelancer is self-employed. You're an independent contractor. You are your own boss. You answer to no one. You get clients, not employers. You have the ability to set your own rules, and you're allowed to set your own price and not just the price dictated by the client. For me, that's the very definition of a freelancer. A very good example of this is a work at home call center gig, right? It can't be called freelancing because you have a boss, you follow the company's rules. In short, you are their employee working from home. You just happen to be working from home. right? It's not that there's anything wrong with it, guys. Again, it's not that there's anything wrong with it, and surely no argument. I can't make an argument which one is better, right? But I mean, I know some executives that are earning 100K and above, and they work from home, but they are still a home-based worker, but they earn a lot, right? So, but let's call a spade, right? Let's not, huwag masaktan yung ego natin dahil tinawag tayong home-based worker or tinawag ng freelancer or whatever they call you, right? Let's just, call it as it is, okay? Because, it's not that I want to, put a label on it, but we need to, or else I'd get emails or messages telling me, John, the steps you outlined, di naman siya gumagana eh. Well, that's it. Well, if you're not a freelancer, of course it wouldn't. That's why I want to make that distinction. All right. So now that I got that out of the way, let's dive in on the first phase. Yun. Guys, are you ready? Let me know if the yes. From nurse to freelancer soon, right? There you go. Ready na, ready na. Damn. Okay. Phase one. Guys, get your notes ready or your worksheets ready, whatever it is that's in front of you, get it ready. Okay, phase one. Phase one is find out who do you want to work with. Now, I'd like you to notice how I didn't say find out who you want to work for, right? Because that's because as a freelancer, you are your own boss, not your client, not your customer, not the agency, not a contractor. It's supposed to be you. And reason why I don't, I want, I want to stay away from Upwork as much as possible is that this rule, okay, again, you're the boss, right? And the moment you go to Upwork and apply for a job, as soon as you apply for work, then you are no longer seen as an equal. I mean, you can like develop a better relationship with your client as time goes, but I prefer going into the relationship as an equal, right? Now, second, I know this goes against the grain of what other people teach, but finding out what people want before you create something or offer a service is the very essence of marketing. Okay? I mean, did you think? I mean, here's a picture of a bottled water. Okay, right? Did you think that the one who invented the bottled water just woke up one day and decided gusto kong gumawa ng bottled water? Ganun ba yung nangyari? Like, pagising niya, gagawa akong bottled water. And then, naghanap na lang siya ng mapagbebentahan niya ng bottled water. Right? No, it didn't happen that way. Right? I mean, in fact, bottling water began in the UK. The demand for bottled water started when when the spa therapy or the water therapy in Europe became really popular. So the first commercially distributed water bottle it was in Boston. It was in a spa, right? Yun yung pinaka origin ng bottled water. So these people want clean, safe drinking water. So someone thought of it, and because they want clean and safe drinking water, why not let me make a bottled water? Right. So there's a want before the bottled water was created. And all they didn't think up of, something revolutionary to make a bottled water, right? All they did was there's a want. All they did was fulfill that want. Now, because the problem with that is failing to do market research can be a death sentence for your freelancing service, whatever freelancing service do you have. Because there's the rule of thumb. If you want to be paid premium fees, find out what people want and then sell it. That's something you have to remember. Okay, you don't just become a copywriter and then I'm going to find my clients because I'm a copywriter. No, that it doesn't work that way. Okay, find out if there's a want first before you figure out what service you're going to offer. Now, here's the thing: a lot of people will skip this first phase. And it's true. I mean, because it's boring, right? Because it's boring. And number two, it's not about you, right? I mean, I've asked you what are your, what are your struggles about freelancing and stuff. I've been receiving a whole lot of replies, right? Like, how can I get clients? How can I get better? How can I improve my skills? How can I blank? But here's the thing. Have you guys ever stopped to ask? Like, honestly, tell me, right, in the comments. Have you ever stopped to ask this one? How can I help them get what they want? In short, how can I help my clients get what they want? Have you ever asked yourself that? Like, honestly, just a yes or no. Never. Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. I mean, we've always asked ourselves, right, like how we can improve, but never have we asked ourselves, like, how can we help other people, right? I mean, I have a friend. Okay, so guys, listen to this story. I have a friend who I'm gonna name Irma. I'm not gonna tell the last name because I mean, she already positioned her services, and I don't want like 10 people copying what she does. But I have a friend whose name is Irma, who is a copywriter and a content manager. Okay, now she started as a coach and then a content marketing expert and then a copywriter. Now, you know, don't get me wrong, she's good at all those things, right? But she's not getting the traction that she needs. She's not getting the clients. I mean, she hasn't made it past the six figure income in dollars. Okay. By the way, Irma is from the United States, so she followed this principle and looked at where the market was hurting. Okay, and just so happened, Irma was part of a group of consultants and coaches. On the Facebook group, she was a part of a Facebook group that has consultants and then coaches. Because again, she started out as a coach, diba? So, and she found out that consultants and coaches have this huge need for a book. Okay, now if you're not aware, having a book of your own, it doesn't matter if it's a bestseller or not. It's a huge authority builder for coaches and consultants. And most of the time, it's what they use to get clients for coaches. Now, here's the problem. Okay, most consultants and coaches don't have the time to write. And most of them, even if they do have the time, can't write their way out of a wet paper bag. Ganun sila, inept about writing. So Irma, okay, saw this opportunity and decided to use her content marketing and copywriting skills, combine it, and as a means to help them write books. Okay, now I want you to analyze what she did for a moment, right? Okay, medyo, like let take a second or even a minute to think about it. She had content marketing skills, copywriting skills, and if she followed most advice out there, she would have ended up being a content creator or article writer or copywriter for business owners, right? Which, if I'm going to be honest, is how most freelancers approach their business. What they do is the usual way, they'll take a skill they already have and look for customers. Diba? Yan yung pinaka-usual na way. Like, find out where you're good at and look for your customers. Yes, Mabel, she wrote books for coaches. Okay, so, and if you're doing this, if you're doing it the usual way, right? Sadly, you're not helping anyone but yourself. I'm going to be honest. You're not helping anyone but yourself. Now, remember, here's the thing. People exchange money when they receive value. They don't exchange money if they receive an article. No. They don't exchange money even they receive VA work. No, that's not how it goes. People exchange money for value. And if you provide enough value for what they want and need, then money, no matter how large it may seem, it won't really matter to them. Okay, this is the very essence of marketing. The reason why people don't respond to most of our services that we keep talking to ourselves. that's the truth. I mean, I've seen web developers saying, I'm knowledgeable in Joomla, WordPress, C++, Counter-Strike, Dota. I mean, basically everything. And I can code everything you need, including zip code and pin code, whatever. Yeah, again, the phases 1 to 3 may be the most boring, and most people, okay, even those who are in this webinar, most people in this webinar won't be able, wouldn't do it. Even if they can, they won't do it because it's boring. But this is what makes a sturdy foundation in your business. Okay, finding out what people want and then sell to them. Okay. Anyway, we'll continue with Irma's journey on the succeeding phases. But do you guys have any questions before we continue? I'm going to answer 2 questions. Nope. Guys, anyone? Do you have questions? None so far, Ashley. Do you do cold calls to get your clients? No. How to get info on what the market? Good question, Art. Okay, how to get info on what the market client wants? Well, you can search for a whole lot of things, right? You can, like what I do. Whenever I write for clients, since I'm a copywriter, my first job is to research the market. And what I do is I go to blogs, I go to Facebook groups, I go to forums, I go to I sometimes send messages like on Facebook. Let's say, for example, I saw someone who's in the market that I'm going to talk to. I literally offer them if I could like talk to them. Okay, Cora, is it correct to say that Irma is a ghostwriter? Yes, she is a ghostwriter. But she doesn't really call herself a ghostwriter. Okay, we're gonna go to that. We're gonna go to that in a moment. Okay. Okay. Last question. How do you know what people want? Okay. So Ace, again, like what I mentioned earlier, um, research your market. That's how you know what people want, and it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty obvious to you the moment you see it. Okay. People speak in problems. Yun ang tatandaan natin. The currency online is not money. It's problems. The more problems you see out there, yun na yung parang palatandaan mo na may pera doon. Okay, so LJ, how can you share how you do market research? I can, but if if I share it now, abutin tayo ng 2 oras. Seryoso. So maybe next time, right? We still have like 6 phases to go. Okay, so next, guys, for your questions, have it reserved on the last part of the call, mamaya. I'm gonna give you another chance to ask your question. Okay, so let's move on. Guys, let me know if you should move on. Hit me with a quick yes. Yo, great.